Okay, Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And salutation, you occupant this pushing this world in truth and sincerity. This is truly the year of prophecy, man. And man, you had over 40 earthquakes hitting the Fiji Islands, Grenada, hitting Venezuela, you know, hitting Brazil, and throughout the four corners of the earth, man, there has been earthquakes, man, within the past week or two, you know, showing you that we in the year of prophecy, man. These prophecies are coming to pass, and this is all speeding up, man. You have Donald Trump threatening that if he get taken out of, if he be impeached, then the stock market's going to crash. So what he's going to do? What did he know that we don't know? Dealing with this stock market, man. Whereas he's able to threaten his political foes with a stock market crash if he's impeached. That's nothing but a sideshow. But getting back to these earthquakes, and these signs is letting us know that we're approaching the end of Esau's empire, man. Ultimately, the end of an age, the age of Esau, the so-called white man Edom. We're approaching the end of his rulership, man. So, without further ado, I'm going to get into these scriptures and bring out a few points about these earthquakes and these brush fires and these fires that's going on throughout the earth, you know. Now we got Hurricane Lane that's approaching Hawaii. And we also approaching hurricane season. We're approaching the hurricane season, man. So all this is going to start being stepped up a notch or two. So this is Isaiah. We all know this scripture here, but I'm going to bring it out anyway for edification purposes. This is Isaiah the 29th chapter, the 6th verse. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts. Now the Lord Yahweh, I'm gonna read it again. Isaiah the 29th chapter, the 6th verse. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts. That word hosts mean armies. With thunder. We've been having thunderstorms lately. Large thundering. People getting struck by lightning. You know, it says, and with earthquakes. Hey, we talk about the earthquakes right now, man. Brazil, Venezuela, Trinidad, Peru, Grenada, all these lands are being hit with 7.1, 7.3 earthquakes, man. This is prophecy. Prophecy in the making, man. Prophecy is coming to pass, for this is truly the year of prophecy, man. 2018, and we're approaching the end. We have what, 4 more months left, going into 4 more months left basically in the year of 2018. And you know what? Everything is going to get stepped up, man. Like I said, we're approaching hurricane season. You know, the economy is on a steady decline, despite what they're telling you in the fake news media outlets that the economy is doing great. It's not doing great, man. That's false hopes, man. And it says, I'm going to read it again from the top. Thou shalt be visited, Isaiah 29 verse 6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts with thunder and with earthquakes and great noise with storms and tempests. Is not that Hurricane Lane that's approaching Hawaii a storm and a great tempest? Are not them fires that's raging in California and certain parts throughout the earth, like in Greece, where 60 people perished in them flames, houses destroyed? It's not that flames is devouring fire? It says, and the flame of devouring fire. I'm going to read it again from the top, man, because this is juicy, man. Isaiah the 29th chapter, the 6th verse. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts with thunder and with earthquakes, which you see what's going on, Peru, Venezuela, Brazil, Grenada, Trinidad, the Fiji Islands, and other spots that was hit by earthquakes, man. Tsunami warnings going out, man. So we living in the year of prophecy, man. What you got in California, you got big fires going on, acres and acres of lands being burned and scorched, homes being destroyed. We got floodings going on in New Jersey. When these little storms and tempests hit, man, they produce these floods, man. Hey, these floods even plaguing these people in nature, man. Pipes is breaking, yo, and people's houses are being flooded out. How your house gonna be flooded out in the goddamn projects, man? You understand what I'm saying, man? People's houses are being flooded out in the projects, man. Pipes is bursting. So Esau's getting jacked up, but Jake is getting jacked up too with these floods, man. You see what I'm saying? Jake is being jacked up with these earthquakes in Trinidad and Venezuela. Those are the Latin tribes, and Jake is a part of Jake, the Latin tribes in Venezuela and Brazil. You see what I'm saying, man? See, these prophecies are coming to pass, man. These prophecies are coming to pass, and what you should be doing, if you were part of the hopeful elect, or if you were on fire for this thing of ours, you should be measuring the times, man, diligently, man. Because not only is these earthquakes and these approaching storms, which is storms of tempest, which is Hurricane Lane, not only the fires going on raging, but we also have uproars of the people. We also have wars and rumors of wars, man. So that's showing you without a shadow of a doubt that we in the year of prophecy. And these prophecies are only going to escalate. The deeper we go into this year, approaching the end of 2018, approaching the year of 2019, it's only going to be on a higher stage, man, on a higher level, man. Because we're at the end of Esau's age. We're at the end of Esau's empire, man. Esau, Edom, so-called white man. After 1,000 years of slavery, boy, you're going to be genocide. But that's another topic and another lesson for another time. We're approaching, what we're talking about is the upcoming hurricane season and all these earthquakes that's hitting throughout the diverse places of the earth, man. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9 verse 1. He answered me then and said, this is Uriel talking to Ezra. He told him, listen, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou shalt see part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, which is part of the signs past, which Uriel the Archon, the angel, told Ezra. He told him about earthquakes. He told him about famine. He told him about floods, storms and tempests. He told him these things, man. So now guess what? Now they're starting to manifest themselves. Now they're coming to pass. That's why he told Ezra, because Ezra asked him, all these great signs and wonders you have shown me, but at the time, that has not shown me when it's going to happen. So he told him, so how he answered him, he told him, measure the times diligently in itself, man. It says, verse 2, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest, who's the highest? Yahweh, will begin to visit the world in which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, and we are seeing various earthquakes throughout the four corners of the earth, man, mainly centered around a ring of fire, so to speak, what they say. Trinidad, Grenada, Peru, the Fiji Islands, Brazil, you know? And that big one is approaching, man. That big earthquake that's going to kill massive people and do much damage is approaching, man. It says, then shalt thou understand, matter of fact, we go up a little verse, excuse me, Slakia. Then shalt thou understand that it's the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world in which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the earth, in the world. You got earthquakes, and definitely got uproars of people, man. Protesting, them KKK members in Virginia. You got people protesting about ICE. This immigration laws, man. ICE, the international customs, some shit, man, that's going around snatching up these so-called immigrants and deporting them and putting them in detention centers, man. So you got uproars of the people over that too. Uproars of the people that's going to escalate on a higher level because of the economy. You got uproars of the people and differences in people's opinions, which is going to lead to more uproars if Donald Trump gets impeached. So we have a lot of things that's happening, which is a part of prophecy, that's starting to escalate, man. It says, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Yeah, man, all these was prophesied to happen from the foundations of the earth, man. Before the earth was formed, man. All these prophecies were slated to come to pass, man. You know? And now, they starting to manifest themselves on a higher level, man. It says, verse 5, for like all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end. Animals have a beginning of life and they die. Humans. So even the earth had its beginning, and it's going to be rocked to and fro from all the nuclear missiles, but it's not going to be destroyed. But this is talking about worlds. The Assyrian world, they got destroyed. They had a beginning, they had an end. All these nations that rose up into power, they had their time to rule, and they came to an abrupt end, man. And it's the very same thing that's going to happen to Esau's kingdom. Esau's empire is going to be snatched from under him, man. And he's going to be hence tossed with chains about his neck and tossed in the pit, which is the dungeon. And from there, Esau is going to be in slavery. Hey, man, let me just say this, man. All these prophecies are starting to come to pass, so stay diligent and keep the faith, man, and stay strong in the stand of ours, man, because these prophecies are coming to pass, man. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, man. And Esau's end, the end of Esau's empire is being manifested, man. Look what's going on, man. Uproars of the people, earthquakes in diverse places, hurricanes, storms, tempests, fires, flames of devouring fires, uproars, wars, rumors of war. So that's showing you that we're at the time. That's what he said, measure down the time diligently in itself, man. And now we're seeing these things come to pass, man. That was spoken of by the prophets, man, from old. Amen. And now is a thing going about with all these different camps. You know, not to mention any particular camp, but we all know the camp that's out there in Tennessee marching against violence. Why don't you march against all these earthquakes that's happening, man? You see how stupid that sound, man? How you going to march against violence against black people, and you supposed to be a prophet of the Lord that's supposed to be happy that violence is coming to pass, man? It's not America going to be violently taken out. It's not Esau is going to be violently taken out of his rulership. So how can you protest against and march against violence, man? With that we shall overcome spirit of the 60s that Dr. Martin Lucifer King had on him, man. Hey, man, that's why it says in the book of Matthew, take heed that no man deceive you, man. And Satan is out to deceiving a whole lot of people, man. The whole 800 people that marched in that goddamn folly minstrel show that they put on in Tennessee, man. They all being deceived, man. I'm gonna close it up real quick. Let me just bring out this little quick point. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse. I'm gonna go with 4. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, which was the disciples that was with him, take heed that no man deceive you. And you got a lot of deception being pushed out there, man. First and foremost, Esau is the master of deception. Then you got the flunkies that sold out to him, such as IUIC with their 501c3 charter, started with they flunky leader, Nate, that's out there marching. Then you have ISUPK out there deceiving the people. Then you got GOCC saying that Esau could make it. Then you got people out there claiming that the nuclear missiles don't exist, that the spirit is in the belly, that Babylon is the Vatican. They deceiving much people, man. And Yahushua said, take heed that no man deceive you. It says, for many shall come in my name. That's that big black ape comfy that called himself the Comforter. Now look at him, man. He needs some comforting. The Most High bringing tribulation upon his ass now, man, for all the blasphemies, man. It says, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am the Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet, man. And aren't we hearing about wars and rumors of wars? Wars with, it has died down now. But now let's talk about wars with North Korea. I'm saying now let's talk about no wars with Iran, man. Now let's talk about, now they talk about how them Israelis that call themselves, you know, that's dwelling in the land of Israel, they talking about how this Arab nation is going to come up against Iran, man. Started with Saudi Arabia. So those are the wars and the rumors of wars, man. Then you got the war. The wars is what's going on in Afghanistan, what's going on in Iraq, what's going on in Syria, which is quieting down because them Russians went up in there, right along with Iran, helping Bashar al-Assad to quell the violence, man. So that's slowly dying out, man. But nonetheless, it's war. And rumors of wars with Iran, North Korea. So these prophecies are coming to pass, man. It says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. Is not there a bunch of pestilence being unleashed by the CDC? E. coli, Legionnaire disease, cancer, AIDS, Ebola, and all the rest of them heinous disease that's being made and created in the lab by the CDC. And don't we got earthquakes in diverse places? I just mentioned a few nations that got hit with earthquakes. So we're approaching the end of Esau's empire. The age of Esau is coming to an abrupt end. And all these earthquakes and all these catastrophes is happening, and we're approaching the hurricane season, man. So shit that's gonna be happening all over the place, man. These prophecies gonna be coming to pass simultaneously, man, one after the other, man. Let's take heed, man. Measure the time diligently. Stay strong. Stay in this word. Keep going out the highways and the byways. Keep putting up videos, man. And with that, I'm going to say, all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Akakwadash, and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Once again, salutation you Akim out there, man. And with that, Shalom.